Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be why the narcissist wants to keep you waiting. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So waiting, this is what the narcissist likes individuals to do for them. And waiting is what you did throughout most of the narcissistic relationship. Maybe you're waiting right now. I will give you some examples, and here we go. When you met the narcissist, what happened? Well, probably the relationship moved at light speed, quicker than usual, and you were being whisked all around the world. You were experiencing things that you hadn't experienced before, and it was a topsy-turvy roller coaster ride of emotions. That was called the love bomb / euphoric stage. It was called a period of time when the narcissist was sinking their claws into you. They wanted to get you to fall in love with them, or they wanted to strike up a friendship or get close to you and figure out what exactly makes you tick. And they accomplish this. Now, in the beginning of the narcissistic relationship, usually that's when they do most of their work, not damage. That's when they put the mask on and they have to make it fit nice and tight and snug so you buy into the false narrative of who they are. In other words, remember, the narcissist was just mirroring back to you what you wanted to see, mostly, in the beginning of the narcissistic relationship, to get you to become ensnared or trapped in the narcissistic fog. That's for later on in the video. Point being is the narcissist manipulated you. They got you to a position in the relationship where you made one of a couple decisions. Maybe you made all these decisions. One would be you relocated with them. 2, maybe you quit your job. 3, maybe you married them. 4, maybe you had kids with them. 5, maybe you went into business with them. 6, maybe you loaned them money or put a roof over their head or paid their bills. Any and or all of those things most likely happened with you. And if they did, again, drop comments below. However, what I'm sharing is once the narcissist knew that they had you where they wanted you, let's take the romantic relationship as a small example, and that these aren't small examples, they're big examples. But once you put the wedding ring on the individual and the wedding bells rang, okay, that was a marriage. It was a binding relationship, which meant that you two were supposed to be headed on the same path in the same direction. Maybe creating a family, maybe raising kids, who knows? But that's what a marriage is supposed to be. It's supposed to be built on trust and love and a foundation built on honesty, respect. But that's not what happened. What happened is you found out soon after the wedding bells rang that this was not the relationship you signed up for. And you noticed poor behavior here, there, and everywhere. And the poor behavior began with you waiting. And I'll tell you exactly how. Because most likely, the narcissist told you things that they would do A, B, and C. And you were waiting for these to happen. These things never happened. In other words, again, the narcissist would future fake with you or promise you things or say things, and they would not follow through on their words. So their actions did not match their words. Now, this is littered throughout the narcissistic relationship. Frequently, the narcissist is just like a used car salesman. They will say anything they can to get the car off the lot. And in this case, the narcissist will say anything they can to get you to believe in the false narrative of their mask. But the waiting games began early on in the narcissistic relationship. Let's go back in time when you would be texting the narcissist. Okay, well, they had you believing that all their cute little emojis and hearts and unicorns and everything, they meant something, didn't they? Yes, they did. And then you began to text back the same things. Unicorns, hearts, whatever these things were, emojis. And the narcissist was in the beginning texting you 1 or 2 hearts, and then next thing you know, you would text back 2 or 3. Then they would text 3 or 4, and you would text 4 or 5. And they were drawing you in closer and closer. And this was not natural for you. It wasn't native to you, because maybe you didn't even use emojis that much back then, or maybe you still don't right now. But this is one of the ways the narcissist draws you in. And when they did this, you believed that you were in a relationship headed right down Love Street. And guess what happened? It was Devaluation Street. It was a Destructionsville location you were headed for. And the narcissist would keep you waiting as the relationship developed by not responding to your texts. And all of a sudden, these cute little emojis would disappear. And all of a sudden, you wouldn't get a couple sentences of what is going on or where they are, who they're with. You would just get one letter, the letter K. Or you would get radio silence. Or you would get questions asked to you, and the questions you asked them would never be answered. Because the narcissist, remember, they don't want to be reporting to anybody. They don't want to do anything that they don't want to do. And you, or the individual watching the video, you tried your best to rationalize with this individual. You tried to reason with them. You tried to explain to them that the behaviors that you were experiencing or tolerating were not supposed to be administered by an adult, i.e. the narcissist, but the narcissist wanted nothing to do with it. So what did they do? Slowly they pulled away, and they would make you wait. Example, let's say it's Friday night at 5 and the narcissist was supposed to come home from work, as an example. Well, many times that 5 o'clock showing would be pushed back till 6, 7, or 8, right? Why? I can't tell you the exact reason why. Maybe they were late at work, wink, wink. Who knows what they were doing, but the point is they would keep you waiting, so you would have to have dinner by yourself. And that became a pattern. It wouldn't just be on a Friday night. Maybe it rolled into a Saturday night or a Monday or a Tuesday. Next thing you know, you were waiting to spend time with the narcissist, let's say as an example during dinner, and they would be late. Or they'd say, oh, don't worry about it, just go on and eat without me. What are they doing there? I'll tell you what they're doing there. They're isolating you, and they are getting in or grooming a new source of supply, whether you know it or not. Yes, they are, I can assure you, because they already had the wedding ring on their finger. They already had you in place. You were already where you were supposed to be, which was the built-in source of supply, living with them, existing with them, if you will. Another way the narcissist makes you wait is when you would pick them up from work, or you would take them to the airport or pick them up from the airport. What would happen there? Well, let's use the airport as an example. If the narcissist had to go on an airplane ride or jump on a plane, you would be most times the chauffeur. You would have to be the person who would get up super early, take them to the airport. Now, that's not a problem or a concern, is it? No, of course it's not. But what would happen when you went to pick up, when you would drop them off at the airport, then they would say, hey, I'll text you when I land and wherever they're going to. And then what would happen? You'd be waiting for them to text you that night. Did they arrive? Are they going to text you? Who knows? No, you would get radio silence. Why would you get radio silence? I'll tell you why. Because the narcissist wanted to ruin your night from 1,000 miles away. Whatever location they were at or where they were going, they weren't going to text you that they landed safely or that they're in the hotel or wherever they are, because they don't want to report to you and they want to keep you waiting, wondering. So then what would you do? You would frantically be texting them. Are you okay? Is everything all right? Things like that. And then you would be waiting again for them to respond. Maybe they would never even check that message. Maybe you wasted the whole night thinking about them, calling the hotel, wondering where they are, what's going on. These are all the waiting games of the narcissist. And this is exactly what they know. They know what they're doing. And why they do these childish games, it's to inflict damage upon you. It's to steal your energy. It's to make them feel that they are more important than you. It's to make you believe that you have to check in on with them. Meaning, when you are texting them or communicating with them, that gives them supply. They're saying, wow, this person's really so weak. They really, really are in love with me. And they really need to be texting me and finding out if I'm okay or if I'm safe. I'm fine, but I'm not going to text them back. I'm not going to respond. Why? I'll tell you why. Probably because I'm with the new supply or doing something that I shouldn't be doing. Who knows what the narcissist was doing or is doing? That's not the point. The point is the waiting games of the narcissist continue on and on. Let's say that it's post-narcissistic relationship. You've been discarded or you are healing. Now, were you waiting for closure? Of course you were. You were waiting to sit down with an individual and have a cup of coffee and discuss things like adults. But did that ever happen? It never happened, and it can't happen, and it won't happen. There are a few reasons why that won't happen. One, the narcissist won't give you closure. Two, they want to keep you in pain and misery, and they want to keep you pining for them or thinking about them. And they definitely don't want you getting solutions or answers, i.e. figuring out that A, they are a narcissist, that B, they just took you for a ride, and C, that they were manipulating you and they never actually were in love with you. They just wanted you around for a period of time in their life to support them and to propel them forward. That is exactly another reason why the narcissist keeps you waiting. Same thing when you go on vacations. You would go on vacation, what would you do? Well, you would go to a location where the narcissist wanted to go, because if you went to a location where you wanted to go, that vacation was already destined to be blown up immediately. So you went where they wanted, and what would happen? Well, now you're counting the clock. When is it going to blow up? Because it inevitably will. There will be twists and turns. When will you be triangulated with the waitstaff? When will the narcissist return after getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning and disappearing for half a day while you were sleeping in bed and you're supposed to be on vacation, spending time together, but they're out doing whatever they want to do because they have to be busy, busy, busy. And then what did you do? You had breakfast by yourself. And then maybe you went down to the pool and spent time by yourself. Again, what happens here? Well, you're isolated. And what was the narcissist doing? They were out gallivanting the globe, whatever location you were in, looking for supply. Now, am I insinuating that every minute of their life they're looking for supply? Absolutely not. I'm mentioning key points in time when the narcissist wants to appear single and they want to keep you waiting in the wings and you not doing anything other than pining for them or wondering where they are. And then now they're out getting a replacement. Keep in mind, the new supply could be a short period of supply. In other words, let's say you went on vacation. They could just meet somebody for a week and just spend time with them. It doesn't have to be a romantic interest. It could be simply spending time with somebody else, triangulating you, or it could be simply spending time with someone else because they claim they want to help them, or that this person's going through a challenging time and I need to be there for them. Yeah, the narcissist does this with even complete strangers at times. The narcissist is incapable of love, empathy, or anything that will better or improve you and or your relationship with them. And you are always, or you were always waiting for them to change, which is the next one. If you think that the narcissist can change and they can be healed and they can improve and they want to do better and they want to repent or take the high road or do the right thing or own up to their poor behavior, think again. You're not going to get any honest words out of the narcissist's mouth. All you're going to get is finger pointing, blame shifting, being the victim, saying that it was your fault, saying that you didn't work hard enough, you didn't do enough, you didn't do A, B, and C. This is how the tiny little fragile ego of the narcissist propels them forward. By being inaccountable and by not introspecting and by not taking responsibility for their poor behavior, this is how they go from person to person, relationship to relationship, business to business, friendship to friendship, all around the world, because they never stop and take a look in the mirror other than to fix their hair or bat their eyelashes and say to themselves, wow, I really blew up another relationship. What am I thinking? How come I keep doing this over and over and over again? And now the kids won't talk to me. My own mom won't talk to me. My friends have blown up. And guess what happened to me? By the way, I'm the narcissist for this part. Now I am finding out the people around me that I was manipulating and taking advantage of for 20 plus years, they're now catching on. They're now wising up. And they are now not wanting to be with me or spend time with me. Maybe my business is taking a hit. Maybe my health is taking a hit. Maybe I am aging because I am the aging narcissist and I am not 20 years younger, and it's more difficult for me to find a romantic interest to take advantage of and manipulate. All of these things are things that the narcissist must face eventually. And remember, one thing the narcissist always wanted you to do is wait for them. Whether you're picking them up from work, picking them up from an airport, taking them to a location, whatever you're doing, they want you to wait for them. They want to do things on their time. Same thing with texting. When you would text the narcissist in the beginning, remember, they would respond to you pretty quickly and they would give you a whole bunch of fluff or words that you bit into. But as the relationship progressed and developed, they would just give you little one-word answers or not even respond at all. And you'd be wondering and waiting. Think about this. So can the narcissist change? Absolutely not. They just deteriorate over time. They don't improve. They just fine-tune their skills of manipulation. They don't heal because they believe there's nothing to heal from. What they do is they go back to recycled relationships or individuals who perhaps are narcissistic or toxic themselves, or people who haven't healed. In other words, they're still wounded, but they have resources that the narcissist can take from. Or they look for unsuspecting individuals, which at one point was me, and certainly at one point was you. This is how the narcissistic abusive cycle goes on and on and on. And let's take another one for you. For those of you who, the relationship, let's say you haven't fully healed and perhaps you are thinking about the narcissist. Number one, please heal. There's nothing good from the narcissistic relationship. The person you're thinking about is not a person that you think they really are. They are a person who's toxic and they do not have your best interest at heart. They can't love you. Now, that is a little bit of honesty there for you. I just want to let you know that healing is the path, and going no contact, blocking the narcissist, removing them and all fly monkeys and people associated with them is the path. If you can't do that, utilize Grey Rock. But having said that, if the relationship has ended and you're thinking, wow, I'm still waiting for the narcissist, am I going to get a Hoover? Are they thinking about me? What's going on here? First of all, you don't want the Hoover. Second of all, I know it's very, very challenging, specifically if the relationship ended recently, but try not to be thinking about them the way you used to think about them, because the mask has slipped and it has crashed to the ground, and now you're getting the wisdom. Now you're becoming awakened and aware, and you're understanding that not everybody has your best interest at heart, and the narcissist is definitely one of those people. But having said that, wondering and waiting, is the narcissist going to do this, or this? The path here, I will tell you, is to focus on yourself, to become awakened and aware, educated and empowered, to learn the definitions, the terms, the glossary on the narcissistic abusive cycle, to have boundaries, to not be a people pleaser, to get as far away from the narcissist as you possibly can. This is the path. And I understand that each and every one of us have different challenges in life, and each and every one of us can do certain things and other people can't do certain things. In other words, maybe you're still married to the narcissist and you're waiting for the kids to graduate or to sell the house or for the divorce to go through. Notice what I just said there? You're waiting for all three of those things. It's quite possible you are waiting for all three of those things. That's another way the narcissist makes you wait. You're trying to divorce the narcissist. Well, is it going to go swimmingly and are you going to divide the assets 50-50? Probably not. You're probably going to have to play the waiting game there too, because they're going to drag it out as long as they can, because they look at you as a big dollar sign, a walking checkbook, and they want to take your money. That's what they want, whether you know it or not. It's a fact. The only thing the narcissist loves more than money is your money. And divorcing the narcissist usually takes a lot of time. And you will be waiting because you can't wait to get untethered from them. It's the same thing, like I mentioned a moment ago. If you're waiting to divorce the narcissist, then maybe you're waiting for the kids to graduate, or you're waiting to sell the house, or waiting to divide the assets, or waiting for, you could be waiting for a lot of things. What I'm sharing before I close the video is the narcissist wants you waiting. That's exactly how they get supply. They believe that they can control what happens, when it happens, and how it happens, or even if it happens, then they are in the driver's seat or they have the upper hand. And that is how it goes usually throughout these relationships until when? Until it doesn't, until you get the wisdom and you apply the tools. So guys, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning. No matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. Remember that. You are not alone. God bless you. And it is a little chilly here, so I'm going to go. I love you guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right, bye.